in touch with me rather than in touch with his self-consciousness. Part of him still wants me to make him look good. And yet what he is having to do is to value the void more. That place where he, personally, egotistically, is totally incompetent. And to be incompetent without self-consciousness. To be incompetent without apology. That's called being more real. The kind of reality that others can't find a way to fit in with. It is being a little bit difficult for Paul to let this in because what has happened here in the last 10 minutes or so is illustrating what I was about to say. And he is being the illustration and is not sure, without knowing what it was that was illustrated, whether he wants to be the illustration. And yet, intelligence is being expressed. You are all understanding what is happening. Even a little humor has been expressed. And although some of you have felt uncomfortable for him, his letting himself into the acknowledgement of his incompetence without apology has not made you uncomfortable. And that's an important point. As one becomes more real, as one allows himself or herself to be genuinely present without affront, which will indeed always feel as though it's a state of incompetence as far as the ego is concerned, it never makes anyone feel uncomfortable. It may make some not know how to fit in with you. And as a result, you may feel like you have become invisible. But that is not a factor that should be getting your attention. I'll tell you something. As Paul has sat here, intent upon getting beyond self-consciousness, his peace has returned almost completely. His feeling of stability that he has been enjoying all this afternoon is returning. And the interruption of the flow of love has come to an end, even though it may be coming out haltingly. But this is okay. He knows I was just about to say something which he blocked. Genuineness and realness, which can emerge into one's awareness when he allows himself to be in the void, constitutes humility. And humility and innocence are inseparable. This is important. Humility and innocence are inseparable. The reason you must allow the apparent frustrations, the apparent loss of friends or associates temporarily, as you yield to transformation, is because in yielding to it, humility replaces arrogance that had once been there, and innocence becomes illuminated where you are, and that is, for lack of better words, cleansing. Now, everyone is blessed. But most of all, you come into the conscious experience of your utter safety and invulnerability. As the prodigal comes home, through the wasteland of the void, you might say, not giving reverence to guilt and humiliation, the Father comes forth. The infilling begins to occur. And part of the infilling is the experiential assurance that you receive of your utter innocence. so. Don't quibble about the apparent dynamics that attend your yielding to your transformations. That might seem like losses. If you seem to be invisible, let it be that way. I will tell you something. As you yield to the transformation that is occurring, rather than resisting it, you will find that you are being led by something. If transformation is happening, there is an intelligent end toward which the transformation is moving. And instead of looking at what you seem to be losing, if you will pay attention for that which is leading the transformation forward, you will feel loved, you will feel comfort, and you will find yourself able to look at the things which your ego had called distressing with compassion and without judgment. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Paul, during the last 15 minutes or so, has been the literal expression of what I have shared, and does not at the moment grasp the meaning of what I said. He will have the delightful opportunity upon listening to it later of seeing that more happened than he bargained for. And that a learning has occurred that for everyone that could not have been better promoted than by Paul's being exactly what he was able to be. I am making him a little bit uncomfortable, and to him it seems as though I am speaking nonsense at the moment. That is okay, and he is willing to let it be okay, even though the longer I speak, the more he feels as though I'm making a fool out of him because nothing meaningful is happening at the moment, you see. Now, what he doesn't realize is that transformation is going on for him. And he is daring to stay with his eyes focused on home from the not knowing place. At the moment, he is not comfortable. I mean by that he is not at ease, even though it might appear and sound by the tone of his voice that he is as much at ease now as he was earlier in the afternoon. What I'm pointing out is that letting yourself be in the void, where there is no feeling of competence whatsoever, and not resisting being there, allows infilling of love and clarity that you yourself will not be responsible for, and yet which you cannot be separate from. And whether you are feeling uncomfortable about it, like Paul has, or whether you are feeling uncomfortable about side effects, loss of friends, this, that, and the other thing, if you will dare to stay there, will find the fullness of the transformation registering with you. And this is where Paul is at right now. I will not prolong this for him. It has come time to end for the afternoon. I love you all. And Paul thinks my next words are nonsense again. If you have learned something in the last 20 minutes, I invite you to share what it was with Paul after we have finished. What seems nonsensical is that he cannot conceive that you have learned anything from the nonsense that has occurred. You see? So, we will call it a day. I have enjoyed being with you all.